What is up, everyone? Welcome to another Profound Studios tutorial, and today we're going to be taking a look at how to create tech house like artist Cloonee, and in particular his track Like What, which was released earlier this year, and yeah, really put Cloonee on the map. He's been killing it throughout 2020 with his minimalistic style of tech house. It's, you know, he's the type of artist that proves less is more. You know, there's not a lot to his tracks, but what is in those tracks is, yeah, it creates a really groovy style of tech house, and it's definitely working for him. So I thought, why not dive into my FL and show you guys how to create that style of tech house and some of the tricks he uses in his track Like What, as well as his other tracks. So without further ado, let's jump into my FL. Okay, so here we are inside my FL studio. As you guys can see here, I've just recreated the first drop of the track. I've recreated the bass line in Serum, which is actually quite easy to make. I originally started off with a preset from one of our Profound Studios preset packs, and then just tweaked it slightly, but don't worry, I will start off in a new Serum channel and recreate it from scratch for you guys to just learn a bit about how Cloonee may have made the bass line. It's not spot on, but it's pretty close to it. Let's just take a listen to what I've recreated.
Good like that.
And then we'll listen to the original track. So it's quite similar. You know, I didn't get it completely identical because I'm not Cloonee, but yeah, it's quite similar, and I think it's useful to know how to create different bass lines that the pros are using. So yeah, first, before we dive into the drum section of the track, I'm gonna show you guys how to recreate the bass line. So let's start off with turning oscillator A and B both on, and then both -2 octaves. Now we're going to go down to our envelope 1, and we're just going to shape the envelope. So we're going to put the decay down to about 170 milliseconds roughly. Then we're just sustain at about 6.6, -6.6 I should say. Next, we're going to turn our filter on, and we're going to make sure we tick B, because we want both oscillator A and B to run through our filter. Now we're going to drag our envelope 1 onto the cutoff filter, and we're going to put this at about 57 Hertz and drag the filter cutoff to about 43. Let's see how that sounds. Okay, we're just going to play with this a little bit. Okay. Maybe we'll turn down the filter cutoff slightly. Okay, to about there. Also, a cool trick I used was I just used the sub in Serum, turned it down a couple octaves along with the oscillator A and B, and I just turned it down just to have that extra layer of low end underneath the bass line, which I think sounds good. Next, what I had was the distortion. Click the post button. We're going to go soft clip distortion. I'm going to turn this up to around 80%. Next, we're going to turn our phaser on. Because it's quite a stripped back track in the sense of there's not a lot of elements. The phaser will help widen the bass line a bit, just to fill out the mix. Next, we've got EQ, which we're just gonna boost the mid-low section. So you can straight away hear that's beefed it up a lot. And that is about it for the bass line. It's, as you can see, yeah, it's quite simple. And that's pretty much what Cloonee's tech house is about. It's quite simple. There's not a lot of elements, but It's what he puts into the track, and the variations that he adds is what makes his tech house quite unique. Some cool little tricks, sorry, that I noticed him use in this track. To give the drums more variation, he added a little, we'll just listen to the hi-hats. Right there, he adds, in the last few bars, he adds a little hi-hat underneath one of the kicks, which I've got here. This adds that variation to the drop, and what he did, it's quite simple. He would have just shortened the hi-hat and side-chained it to the kick slightly, which is, it's really cool. And then to end the 8 bars, the last hi-hat is more of an open hat. So as you can hear,
ladies and gentlemen, have it.
You can hear in that last,
Ladies and gentlemen, have it.
that last hat is a bit more open than the rest. Which again adds that variation to the track, because tech house is it gets quite repetitive. So it's useful to know how to add that variation to your track and spice things up to keep the listener engaged, or if you're playing at a gig, you know, it gives the audience more, you know, so they don't get sick of it, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, and then the clap, the claps just, it's a pretty standard clap with a bit of reverb. That just kind of helps it sit behind the hats and kick and bass, and yeah. He's also got a snare here, which you can hear. That little hit there, and then again it comes up here as well.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Which I've put in here. Again, just adds that variation to the drums. But that is about it for this tutorial. I hope this, guys, has helped you, you know, get an insight into how Cloonee may have made the bass line. Again, I know it's not spot on, but it's pretty damn close, and I hope these little tricks on his drums that he used in Like What, maybe you can take some of these tips and put them in your own productions. But yeah, that's it from me today. If you guys did enjoy the video, please do like and subscribe. I've noticed that a lot of our viewers are from people that aren't subscribed. So if you do enjoy the videos, and it would really mean a lot if you could just hit the subscribe button and like the video, and even, you know, I'm always happy to hear feedback on the tutorial and what you guys want to hear next, things like that. You know, I'm always trying to think of new ideas for these tutorials. So yeah, feel free to drop your thoughts down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.